Hey guys, so I've been seeing this tag going around a little bit, and like always, it's one that is definitely intriguing to me, and I'm curious to do it. So again, like always, I have not read the questions nor have I watched one of the videos because I don't know. I'm just better on my feet. Okay, so the first one is the first day of school jitters, and I assume that's just starting school every year and things like that. Now in elementary school, I had none. It started 6th grade-ish. Actually, I didn't have jitters 6th grade. 7th grade I did. And it was because 6th and 7th grade I was very, very much so bullied. And because I had boobs. And it was horrible. And then things started to change in 8th grade because then there was jealousy issues. It was a whole nother problem. So developing boobs early on kind of sucks. And then let's see, I had jitters 7th grade. Really bad. I remember just like kind of like being like this all day, like just like kind of trying to like cover my face. I was so nervous. And then because 7th and 8th grade is middle school, when I was in school, it's since changed at different schools, but it was, I'd finished elementary, I was on a middle, and that was middle school, and then high school starts 9th grade. So 9th grade I was nervous as well, but after that, nothing. Did I ever fall asleep in class? I never fell asleep in K through 12. I did fall asleep in college. What class was it? Business law. Lawyers, I gotta hand it to you because that stuff literally put me to sleep. And then there was one other class. I think it was, I almost want to say statistics, but I don't remember for sure. It was another kind of a boringish class. I think that's what it was. But the business law one, oh man, that one was brutal. It was once a week, and it was a little over 3 hours once a week, and it was in the evening. And I went to college. I was working full time. It was more than full time. I was a salaried position. I was working 50-ish hours plus a week. And I was going to school more than full time because 12 credits or 4 classes is considered full time, and I'd always do 5. So I had, oh man, it was brutal. I didn't have a day off for years, and yet somehow I wasn't as busy as I am now. It's crazy. Kids will do that to you. Let's see here. What's your most embarrassing moment in school? Okay, so I don't even know if this counts as like most embarrassing moment because, well, one time in elementary school, I got my name put on the board, and that was like detrimental. I was so upset by that. So that was super embarrassing. That was the only time I've ever been like punished at school, and it was really bad. Oh, well, also 6th grade, we had to have our parents sign our like homework packets every Friday and turn them in, and we could do a fun activity at the end of the day. Well, my dad had blown up all these water balloons for our fun activity, and I forgot to have them sign the night before, and they wouldn't let him sign it that day. So everybody else got to play with the water balloons but me. So those 2 times were the only 2 times I've gotten in trouble. Now, most embarrassing, okay, so there was this guy that I really liked my freshman year. I just thought he was so cute. And I wrote him a note, and I said in the note that I would like to get to know him better, and here's my phone number, please call me. And I waited by my phone for like a week, and he never called me, and it was sad. But one day, my parents, when I was in high school, my parents had built a house. I was driving home, or I took the bus home that day, and he was on the bus as well, and it just happened to be a fluke because he normally didn't take the bus. And he's like, wait, you live up here too? I'm like, yeah, I do. And from then on, like, he kind of like gave me a little bit of time a day. And then one time we had English together, he called me out. So we were reading books in class, and everybody took turns reading, and the teacher would say, okay, next. And whoever was reading got to pick a student in the class. And it was kind of like try to find who's not paying attention. And he called me out, and I didn't know where I was at, and it was embarrassing, and everybody was like, oh, because it wasn't like me to not be paying attention in class, so I was a really good student. And, yeah, anyways, we ended up actually kind of dating a little bit, because he lived down the street, come knock on my window at night, and I'd go out, and we'd go for walks and stuff, and there was once that we made out in one of the houses that was being built. So, and now we're actually really good friends, believe it or not. He is very, very, very nice to me. We help each other a lot professionally, which is nice. And yeah, so we're good friends, and we still see each other from time to time. And anyways, kind of a random off-topic story there, and I'm already 5 minutes in. Will you or have you joined any clubs or teams? Okay, so this is if you are still in school. In school, what did I do in school? I was a cheerleader, and I was also in student council. So I held a few different positions. The phone, uh-oh. Do you want to come do this with me? I held a few different positions in student council. There was like homecoming, treasurer. Come here. I finally finished as class vice president, and my boyfriend at the time was president, which made our 10-year reunion interesting. And Mommy's using her phone right now, okay? Do you want to do this with me? Do you want to sit up here with Mommy? So, yeah, that was interesting, but we dated for a while in high school, and it was fun. So, what has been my favorite grade? My favorite year was sophomore year. It was like, that was just the year I felt like I was on top of the world. Sophomore year. I loved that one. Did you ever wear a uniform? No, never had to wear a uniform. We did have to have like straps that were more than three finger inches. Our shorts had to be longer than our fingertips. However, our cheerleading skirts, our cheerleading outfits didn't, you know, fit any of that. Do you want to say hi? Say hi. Hi. Who was your favorite teacher? You know, I had a few really good teachers. I don't have one specifically that just like stands out as my favorite. You know, I had a really fun male science teacher. He was hilarious. I had some teachers that were very, very encouraging. In middle school, I was part of this program called Kids Who Care, so that was a club too. And we just did all sorts of things for like the community and like community outreach and things like that. And hold on, it got all dark on me. And I had a teacher, I said, you know, I really want to be a part of this, and I just can't because my parents work. I don't have transportation from the school to my house unless I take the bus. And she was like, oh, no. She's like, if you want to be a part of this, I want you to be a part of this. And she'd actually drive me home. So she's probably one of my favorites. She also let me eat like her oatmeal packets and stuff like that, like after school and things. So she was cool. What's the worst thing you ever did at school? I'm trying to think. I mean, stuff that I did, and I don't even know if that's legal for my teacher to drive me home, but that was in middle school. Oh, that's a good idea, Drake. Plug it in. And middle school, I was in middle school, what, almost 20 years ago? So, yeah, so things have definitely changed since then. But the worst thing I did in school, and this is something that's changed as well. Sorry, I'm trying to plug this in. Ugh, it's like Mount Everest of children's clothing. It's a bit absurd. Ooh, sorry. Okay. Oh, Drakey, what did you do? Worst thing I ever did in school. He just knocked over the camera. There he goes. Gosh, I don't even remember the worst thing that happened that I ever did in school. I didn't really ever do anything bad. I was a really good student. I was never, you know, I don't think did I ever go to detention? I don't think I've ever been in detention. I don't remember ever going to detention anyhow. I passed notes in school. I remember like the cute folded, like kind of almost origami-like notes. I did that, so that was probably bad. Let's see here. Worst thing. Did you have a car? Yes. What were you driving? Oh my gosh. I had a lot of cars. So my parents didn't buy a car for me. I worked pretty much from my freshman summer, you know, going into sophomore year on. And I had, my first car that I ever got was this 1985 BMW, and it was fabulous. It was wonderful. I had a crank sunroof. And then I traded that for I had 4 cars in high school. I think I went from that to a black Jetta, and it was a stick shift, and I just wanted to know how to drive, careful Drakey, a stick shift, and we went down to the dealership, and my parents financed it for me, but I made all the payments on it. And, yeah, I think that was it. I think that was the second car that I had. Anyways, my dad's like, all right, it's your car, drive it home. And that's how I learned how to drive a stick. And then I had a Mercury Cougar. And then I had a Turbo Jetta, which was awesome. And, yeah, I think that was the sequence of them. I'm pretty sure. Anyways, yeah. And I paid for all of them. I had a great job in high school. In fact, that was the same job that I had up until I mean, granted, I had moved through the ranks, but the same job that I'd had left after I had Drake. So, same company. Do you still have okay, did you have a car? Are you still friends with anybody you went to high school with? Yeah, I am. A lot of people. I mean, that one guy that I told you about, but I'm friends with a lot of people that I went to high school with. And, I'm even friends with people that I wasn't, you know, that I've lost touch with over time, or that I wasn't super close with in high school. No, no, no. You do not put your hands in my water. So yeah, I was friends with everybody in high school. I didn't have any enemies. I didn't have it. I mean, I did in 8th grade, but in high school, I was friends with everybody. Is there anything you would change about your experience at school? I think if I could go back, I wouldn't rush it. I felt so rushed to like get out of school and start college and, you know, just to like move out and move on. And in hindsight, I wish, can you get your face out of my face? I wish I would have just enjoyed it a little bit more, you know, not having the stress of, I mean, did I really have to work? I mean, really? Did I have to work that much in high school? No. And did I have to move out? I moved out when I was still in high school. I was 18, but I moved out. And, did I really have to do that? Like, no. Like, I just wish I would have, you know, embraced that time and that lack of, you know, huge responsibility and just, you know, enjoyed it all a little bit more. So, anyways, that is the back to school tag. I tag anybody and everybody who is going, you know, is interested in doing this video. I think it's a really fun one. If you do it, please leave the links below. I would love to watch. And, yeah, that's it. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye. Say bye.
Bye.
Bye.